Today we're going to dive into a really powerful and frankly intense Korean meditation practice called Ganhwa Seon. Now this isn't about just relaxing or finding your calm. No, this is a method designed to go head-to-head with the chaos inside our own minds.
And his quote from someone who's been through it, man, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? That feeling of constant internal noise, that endless stream of thoughts that can honestly feel like a kind of torture. It's a battle that so often feels like we're losing.
And that really is the big question, isn't it? When the very thing causing you so much stress and distraction is your own mind, what tools could you possibly use? Well, Ganhwa Seon is a pretty radical answer. That tool, is something called the Hwadu, but it's not a question you're supposed to answer with logic. Think of it less like a riddle and more like an anchor in the middle of a hurricane. So a Hwadu is what they call a critical phrase. It's basically a question that's specifically designed to bypass the part of your brain that's always thinking, analyzing, and putting labels on everything. It kind of short-circuits your intellect to get to what's underneath. So how does it actually work? Well, first you're given a question. A classic one is just, what is this? Then your job is to hold on to that single question, and only that question. When all the other thoughts pop up, and they will, you don't fight them. You just keep coming back to the Hwadu. The whole point is to use this one single focus to slice through the ego, that filter that's always judging and narrating our lives, to get to the very source of awareness itself.
And the teachers are absolutely serious about this. As one Zen master put it, the Hwadu is your lifeline. In the total chaos of your mind, it's the one and only thing you cling to. It's what's going to guide you through the storm you're about to walk into.
And make no mistake, it is a storm. Because when practitioners really commit to this journey, they come face to face with a wall. And this is where the real struggle begins. The reality of a Ganhwa Seon retreat is just grueling. We're talking about sitting for hours and hours, leading to excruciating pain in your back and your legs. But honestly, the physical pain is often nothing compared to the mental anguish, that raw frustration of having a mind that just will not stay still.
This really shows you the scale of the internal battle. Your goal is so simple. Just hold one thing, the Hwadu. But your mind's reality is a constant bombardment. They say 84,000 distracting thoughts. You're trying to find the real me underneath all the labels and ideas, but you're trapped by the very mind that creates them. It's a total deadlock.
And here's the crucial insight. You can't win this by fighting. As this teacher points out, trying to push a thought away is just creating another thought about pushing thoughts away. The practice isn't about making your mind blank. It's about gently but persistently returning your focus to your lifeline, the Hwadu, over and over and over again.
So, after days of this intense struggle, this cycle of pain and frustration and just returning to the question, something can happen. Something gives way, and that is the moment of breakthrough.
Professor Robert Buswell, who actually did one of these retreats, described his experience in this amazing metaphorical way. He said he felt like he was trapped in a dark well, and then all of a sudden, the walls just cracked open and light poured in from everywhere. The prison of his own mind started to dissolve.
For another person, the experience was incredibly physical and emotional. Uncontrollable trembling, tears just pouring out, and then, suddenly, this ridiculous laugh. Can you imagine? It's this moment of huge release, just a total emotional and psychological reset.
And that's it. That's the peak of the experience. The inner wall, the one built out of years and years of thoughts and concepts and ego, it finally crumbles.
But what happens next? I mean, a powerful experience is one thing, but how does it actually change your day-to-day life once you leave the retreat and go back to the real world?
While the immediate changes are pretty profound, people report that the physical pain that was tormenting them for days is suddenly gone. Their mind, which was that jumbled mess, now feels clear, like a clean sheet of paper. But more importantly, it's a huge shift in perspective. They start to experience wisdom directly, not as some idea you read in a book, but as a direct way of seeing reality.
One of the best practical ways to understand this change is through this idea of the two arrows. Okay, so the first arrow is an unavoidable, painful thing that happens in life. We all get hit by them. But the second arrow, that's the one we shoot into ourselves. It's our reaction, the anger, the fear, the anxiety. This practice doesn't stop the first arrow from hitting you, but it gives you the awareness to stop firing that second one. And that is the absolute core of managing real-world stress.
This is maybe the most perfect summary of the whole thing. The goal isn't to try and stop the waves of thoughts and emotions. That's impossible. The goal is to calm the wind, that underlying agitation in our minds that whips those waves into a destructive storm in the first place.
And so, to finish up, let's turn this idea back to you. The Hwadu is a tool for finding what's real underneath all the noise. So if you had to pick just one question to hold as your own personal lifeline, a question to guide you back to your own center, what would that be?